I liked how there's a lot of plants and how I see like a lot of things that I never saw before. Plants can grow without sun and soil, just by water and lights.
The most enjoyable part was seeing how it went from a barren, just like desert sand lot, to becoming just like this fruitful area where people come together to help the community.
Hello and welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Laila Humaira. On this episode, we shine a light on sustainability initiatives that have been galvanizing communities across the country to do their part for the environment. But first, I'm here at Green Island in Education City, where recycling, research, and hands-on learning are helping to foster a lifestyle of circularity.
These students are pretty excited to be outside the classroom. They might be away from the books and whiteboards, but the learning doesn't stop. Today, they're on a special tour of Qatar Foundation's newest educational facility.
The main objective behind Green Island is to make sustainability accessible to all, and so we're localizing sustainability for visiting schools. It's very important for students to understand that what they see elsewhere is also happening in Qatar.
Built on more than 8,000 square meters of land, Green Island has plenty of space for people of all ages to explore. Through partnerships with companies like Qatar Energy and Agrico, the facility displays a few of Qatar's major sustainability efforts.
When students visit us, they get to know how Qatar is very ambitious when it comes to solar power. They get to discover as well how the future of agriculture is mainly about hydroponics and how hydroponics are being implemented. By going in these different stations, they get to understand how dense is the work and how cross-functional it is.
Green Island also prides itself as a recycling hub, a place where members of the public can put thought into action.
Other than the four standard recycling streams of paper, plastic, glass, and metals, there are 3 additional bins to collect electronic waste. So if you have some old batteries, cables, or tablets to throw out, and you're not sure how or where to dispose of them, Green Island also has the facilities to show you the entire recycling process for each material.
Beyond learning about recycling and sustainable efforts, Green Island's outreach program also includes hands-on activities like workshops and games.
What we do is we customize every single visit to the needs of the school. We have a very open discussion with the schools. We understand their curriculum and we understand their needs.
At the core of Green Island's mission is to lay the foundations to transform Qatar's growth into a circular economy.
When we speak about upcycling construction waste, we're able to produce urban furniture using the same materials. And so explaining to the visitors, and especially the kids, that what used to be waste as a demolished building could be converted through a process into urban furniture through, of course, a very meticulous design process. This is a typical example of circular economy that we would like to convey and have kids understand very well.
And so far, school excursions like the one today have struck a chord with the students and hopefully leave a lasting impact.
It's really nice. I liked how there's a lot of plants and how I see like a lot of things that I never saw before. Plants can grow without sun and soil, just by water and lights.
Like I recycle and I don't use stuff that use pollution, and they recycle everything that's plastic.
Other than outreach programs, Qatar has invested billions of dollars into research, specifically looking at sustainable development and climate resilience. From Green Island to Hamad bin Khalifa University, where I've come to meet 2 leading researchers involved in Qatar's regional and national efforts in sustainability and climate change. Dr. Davia, Dr. Logan, thank you so much for speaking with us today. I wanted to start with this national resilience framework that you both are working on together. Can you tell us more about it and what it aims to achieve?
So Qatar's climate resilience framework, what we're trying to do is to look into different types of risks that could affect Qatar, including climate risk. And what we're trying to do is build an institutional collaboration with academia, where we're trying to develop tools and strategies through research and to help empower decision makers and stakeholders to understand what kind of climate risks are going to affect Qatar and what kind of solutions could emerge.
And speaking of international, you both also lead a regional climate change group, more specifically looking at sustainability within or in arid environments. Can you tell us how that is different to that first initiative that you're working on?
The region in the Arabian Gulf shares a lot of similar challenges. Water scarcity, arid environments, hot temperatures in the summers. If we are able to collaborate across, we can make progress faster, learn from each other, and move forward or sort of leapfrog into a more sustainable future faster.
Bringing it back to Qatar, what are some specific challenges that this country faces when it comes to climate change and sustainability, and how can research formulate solutions for these challenges?
Qatar is pretty unique. We do share a lot of the same challenges as our region, but it's a hyper-arid country with water scarcity. Environmentally, we have sea level rise, increase of temperature, and that could put a strain on our power sector, our water sector. It also could put a strain as well on importing food and other kind of things.
With the research that we're doing, how we're trying to adapt to a changing climate and adjust to environmental challenges we face. And this also involves the public. Everyone has a role to play in our consumption habits and our behaviors and our choices. So taking our research not just to government partners and private sector partners, but also the public at large and beyond, so everyone can play their part in adapting to the changing climate.
And finally, with all of the groundwork and foundation that you have done researching sustainability and climate change efforts, how can the world learn from smaller states like Qatar and the sustainability efforts being done here?
So I think Qatar has gone through a lot of challenges. Our heritage in terms of living in a very harsh environment, we could showcase to the world how a world post-climate change look like. I think Qatar has done an amazing job in terms of building the education sector, building these kind of working groups that are trying to solve challenges that we will not face in the next 5 years, but maybe 10, 15 years, and proper planning.
Transformation of the state of Qatar over the last 3 decades has been remarkable. How do you rapidly shift from a really growing economy where you have a lot of construction? How can you do that alongside sustainability goals and aspirations? And the state of Qatar offers a lot of insights for others.
From Qatar's national sustainability strategy back to another community initiative here in Education City. Joanna Hoos visits an eco-friendly micro-farm that hopes to grow a greener future for all.
It's harvest day at the Giving Garden, and green-fingered volunteers have shown up in numbers to reap the crops that are ripe and ready to be picked. What started out as a vision last year has blossomed into Doha's first sustainable micro-farm in Qatar Foundation's Education City, dedicated to organic produce and to giving back.
The whole Education City micro-farm is sustainable, it's organic. So the Giving Garden follows the same principles. We have a drip irrigation system to limit the water usage. We don't spray any pesticides. We don't use chemical fertilizers. We only use compost. And we thought we can grow a lot of vegetables, organic vegetables, and deliver them to the community.
The Giving Garden is a collaboration between gardening education company Hadika and charity Feed a Friend, with help from youth organization The Student Reach. Together they aim to enhance sustainable farming in Qatar by producing fruit and vegetables that have minimal impact on the planet, but maximum impact on the community.
From the feedback that I've heard from the volunteers, they've enjoyed mostly making new friends, and I've heard a lot of feedback that gardening is very therapeutic. And the most enjoyable part was seeing how it went from a barren, just like desert, sand lot, to becoming just like this fruitful area where just people come together maybe once or twice a week to just make friends and help the community.
There's no cherry picking at the Giving Garden. To avoid food waste, all edible fruits and vegetables are harvested, regardless of their shape and size.
We don't throw vegetables, even if they have a bad shape, if they are a bit smaller, or if they don't look the right color as the vegetables that we see at the supermarket. Even if some things are damaged by pests or diseases, then we might still add them in the compost bin. And in general, the food waste is, I would say, zero.
Once packed in sustainable brown bags, volunteers like Stephanie take the produce to well-placed Feed a Friend community fridges, leaving the nutritious and fresh food free for anyone to take.
The community fridges with Feed a Friend are at places all over Doha. I think there are more than 80 fridges right now, and that number is going up every day, that are a place that are open to anybody to put food in or to take food out. So the Giving Garden is great because it provides fresh, nutritional produce directly to the fridges for those friends in our community.
Through its collaboration with the Student Reach and by encouraging volunteers to bring their kids, the Giving Garden aims to bring young people to the farm. The team hopes that by getting their hands dirty together, it will nurture a love of nature in the next generation, ensuring a greener future and a garden that will keep on giving.
I'm happy to bring my kids both to the Giving Garden because it's a nice chance for them to get out in nature, to help with the gardening, but then it's also good for them to take what's produced here to the fridges. For them to see direct impact on our community is really nice and a rare thing for them to see and be a part of, and it helps teach them gratitude. From Green Island to the Giving Garden, building an eco-friendly and sustainable living ecosystem is how Qatar is committing to building a future where the economy and environment thrive hand in hand. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, but that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.